Yo, destroying weight gain. That's what this weekly reflection is all about. My name is Marcus Smith. I'm a motivational speaker, entrepreneur, extreme athlete and coach. Thank you for coming by my YouTube channel. This is my weekly reflection. Reflection to me is super important and I hope it is to you guys as well. Whether you do it on a daily basis or a weekly basis, sometimes on a monthly basis, that's absolutely awesome. I think it's important because we can figure out what we've done, why we did it, what results we got, and we can take that forward tomorrow, next week, or whatever. This week, I asked a question on my Instagram story, where those of you that follow me on Instagram know that I'm super active. And the question was, I actually posted a picture of myself wearing a 10 kilo vest. The question was, do you feel like you're wearing a 10 kilo vest, even though you're not wearing one? After the last, it's about 8-9 weeks now, we've been in this lockdown period. And I was pretty shocked with the response I got. I thought, maybe I'm a little bit blinkered. Yes, I work in the fitness industry. I thought that most people had gone, I'm locked down, I'm gonna work out. And actually we did see this a lot in the first few weeks of the lockdown. People were working out loads, people were posting it loads. It was all over social media. And then things kind of started to change and I started to pick up on the fact that people were actually gaining weight, to a point last week where one of my friends sent me a message and he's like, I'm so thankful that I've chosen to stay fit during the lockdown because this is what happened to one of my work colleagues and he put on 10 kilos, hence the 10 kilo vest. So I asked you guys the question as well. Do you feel like you're wearing a 10 kilo vest? The response I got was overwhelming. There was 40% of my audience said that they feel like they're wearing a 10 kilo vest. And this made me think a lot. And I want to obviously give you guys as much advice as I can in this show. And also, it's a chance for me to get my reflections out. But it made me think a lot that we've got this big spectrum that's in play. We've got fat and we've got fit. And we've had it for the whole of life. But now it's a lot more focused because we've seen transformations on that spectrum in this 8-week period. Someone that started over here, fat, overweight, however you want to define it, I know how I'm defining it, is moved to the fit side. Drop body fat, feels better, sleeping better, more productive, more positive, enjoying life a lot more. This spectrum is crazy. Some people have gone from the middle, some people have gained up to 10 kilos in 8 weeks. We normally say that weight loss of about 1 kilo a week is very healthy, it's very manageable, we can maintain it and keep it off. That's what I mean by the manageable side. It's not a crash diet where we're losing 5 or 6 kilos in a week. We're doing it 1 kilo a week and it's passing through. This is the other way around, where people are gaining 1 kilo a week. Absolutely crazy. So what can you do? And that's what I want to offer up. Not just for the people that are at this end of the spectrum where they're fat. I want to offer up for these guys at this end of the spectrum where they're fit to check in as well. And checking in on what you could, should, or might be doing is something I think is super important as well. Let's start, and there are 3 pillars. Those of you that follow me for a while, or those of you that have been into health for a while, know that there's 3 key pillars to our physical makeup. Also impacts our mental makeup a little bit as well. One is what we eat. That definitely has a mental impact as well as a physical impact. Secondly is how much we move, which again stimulates different chemicals going through the brain, has a mental impact as well as a physical impact. And finally, how much we sleep or don't sleep in some scenarios. That definitely is mental. And also, and this is what people don't know or don't realize, the link between the mental side and the physical side. There is a massive physical stress side of reduced sleep, apart from the fact that you feel like absolute crap as well. So what's the prescription? What should we really be doing? And I've tried to look at this as proactively as possible because I also understand that not everyone's like me. Yes, Holly's, my wife, is still not here. I'm on my own. Yes, I do have my businesses to run, but maybe, and people might say it's an excuse, but people might say that I have more time than anyone else. It's absolute nonsense. I don't really have more time than anyone else. We all have the same amount of time, which one day is still 24 hours. Just wanted to clarify on that. Some people want the minimum effective dose. And you know what? I kind of get that as well, because not everyone is in love with waking up at 4:30, hopping out to the garden, doing a workout, going for a run, and then doing something in the afternoon and actually having ended up spent 3 hours in the day doing something. I get where you're coming from. So what's the easiest thing? What can you guys be doing? And this is where I was thinking about for someone, and this must be hard. And I don't have this, as I said, I'm here on my own. You work long hours, you have family to take care of that are with you with schooling. That has made things during this period incredibly complex. So, easiest thing, easiest solution, wake up in the morning to an alarm. You'll have to, because you'll need to wake up 30 minutes before you normally do. And go and do some form of physical activity. There is an abundance of this stuff. Instagram, Facebook, go online, free workouts. There are hundreds, 30-minute workouts. Or, you know what? Just keep it really cool and just go for a 30-minute walk. Listen to a podcast or an audiobook or some music that you like, or just be alone with your thoughts. Number one, movement, 30 minutes a day. The second thing when it comes to movement is we're sitting a lot. And I should do this show stood up. Next week, I'll do this show stood up. The second thing is every 1 hour, move for 3 or 4 minutes. Get up, walk to the kitchen. Don't go in the fridge. We're going to talk about that in a second. Get up and move. Super important. Every hour, move, walk 50 steps, walk 100 steps. It's going to help you massively. Talking about the fridge, we're eating too much. This is why we're gaining the weight. Sorry, but it's true. I'm not sorry. It's true. It's what's happening. You're eating crap, you're gaining. So why don't we remove the crap from the house? That's number one. Number two is remove the apps that deliver the crap to the house. This is really, really straightforward, right? And number three is eat specific amounts in specific windows. So what I mean here is plan your food. Understand that I have this for breakfast, I have this for lunch, and I have this for dinner, and I'm not gonna stray outside of that. That is as simple as food needs to be, or as complicated as food needs to be. If you buy biscuits, chocolate, chips, and crap and keep it in your house, you are gonna eat it. It taps you on the back of the head when you're sat on your computer, come and eat me, come and eat me. That's what's happening. It's there's a relationship with it, and you will never stop thinking about it. The same if you can just start flipping it on your phone, or if you get those notifications on different apps like Uber Eats or Deliveroo, you're sunk already. This is really, really the key. Get rid of the food from the house, and know having kids is not an excuse. They don't need to eat crap either, and get rid of the apps. Thirdly, as I said, plan your meals and eat in those specific times. Your breakfast should be somewhere around between 7 to 9, your lunch around 12 till 2, and then your dinner in the evening. Stay strict, stay disciplined. You won't gain weight if you don't eat a lot of crap. The third and final thing that I see people making mistakes on during this time is their sleep. Sometimes that alarm isn't ringing. Having an alarm makes a huge difference. The first week, it's going to be a little bit challenging, but you need to get to bed on time. Say to yourself, or reflect with yourself or with your partner, what do we do that's super productive after 8 o'clock in the evening? You shouldn't really be working that late, and you really don't do a lot. So why don't you go to bed and sleep? Putting devices down, disconnecting, going to bed in a relaxed state reduces anxiety, reduces stress, and it enables you to go to sleep. This is gonna help massively to bring down stress levels, cortisol, and this kind of stuff, which is affecting your sleep. My final thought on this, guys, and what I really want you to think about in the next few days is, what do you want to remember yourself for during COVID-19? That's my question to you. Do you want to remember yourself for being at this end of the spectrum, where you were fit, you got in great shape, you felt amazing, you were physically and mentally in a fantastic place? Or do you want to remember yourself in 10 years, you'll remember it, for being at this end of the spectrum, where you gained weight and you kind of went into this nasty hole? No one wants to do that. I'm here to help you get out of it. Connect with me on various platforms. I'd love to help you guys. Thanks a lot for listening to my reflection for this week. Have an awesome, awesome weekend. All the very best for next week. I'll see you back here at the same time.